The following announcement has been paid for by the WZWA Network.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the WZWA Network, and welcome to our beloved series here, WZWA Reacts, where we react to some of the craziest, most fun, wild wrestling matches and moments in history. I'm Karlifornia, alongside Jooseyboy. How are you, bro?
Dude, I am fantastic. It has been a busy few weeks here on the WZWA Network. There has been WrestleMania weekend. There has been extensive content going out left, right, and center. Here we are back again for one of our favorite series that we do, as you said, WZWA Reacts. And we are back here for, I believe, edition number 8 of our spin-off, Show Within a Show, in our search for what is the greatest squash match of all time. And today's edition is yet another fan request. Tell us a little bit more about that, Carl.
Yeah, bro. JM Factor again from our Discord threw this one out there. You know, at this stage, the 7th edition of the Greatest Squash still has not been put on our YouTube channel, but we're recording this one before that one makes it. This one looks very interesting because it's an empty arena match. Terry Funk takes on a guy by the name of Bruce Walkup for Championship Wrestling from Florida in 1982. That's the only information I have. I can't find any information on the date, the venue, what have you. I just know it's in a studio there in Florida. Empty arena match. So, you know, bro, Terry Funk now getting his ass in on the Greatest Squash series. What do you think of that?
Well, I think it's going to be interesting. I think Terry Funk, there's nothing I've ever seen him involved in that wasn't entertaining at the least, or mind-blowing at the best. So, you know, I can only say I'm really excited for this, especially for such a rare match stipulation, you know, at the time. I'm pretty sure this is one of the only empty arena matches that they did until they revived it somewhat in the 90s for the halftime heat in the WWF. And of course, we know that Championship Wrestling from Florida, known for being a wild territory, known for being a wild television product. So, yeah, I mean, this can only be amazing. Really, yeah.
Yep.
Like, honestly, it might be a high bar to set, but I honestly am expecting quite a bit. Let's get into it.
Let's see what happens here, bro. Okay, are you ready? Are you queued up?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Jooseyboy, everyone out there to the side. In 3, 2, 1, play.
In fairness to all of you, I think it is necessary that all of you realize the kind of twisted personality we have in Terry Funk. Now, what you're going to see took place,
obviously, Gordon Soley.
It was a match, a bunkhouse steel cage match between Terry Funk and Bruce Walkup. And I think
you didn't actually let everybody know that we skipped ahead to 1 minute 16.
Yeah, but that's fine because they'll be watching this as it's been cut into the footage here, bro.
Yeah, I understand. I know what it's going to look like. I'm just saying, yeah, I suppose, yeah, it doesn't matter really, does it? Look at those ropes. They look sort of like...
Okay, look. He actually did walk up, so...
Just that classic Terry Funk.
I always, that's a very young Bill Alfonso there. I always feel like everyone that's involved in stuff that Terry Funk does, there's like a slight seed of doubt that he might do something that they're not predicting.
Yeah, so it's an empty arena cage match. It's not just an empty arena, so...
It's a bunkhouse cage match.
I mean, really such a rare thing. A match from the territory days like this in an empty arena, absolutely no noise or anything to distract the audience from what's going on.
No. This Bruce Walkup fella, I think he only wrestled in 1982 and that's it. That's what my research tells me. Oh, stuffs him. Oh, no, the boot.
Nice little pile driver there.
Oh, you hear the smack of it. Oh,
Obviously, this match being used to build a larger forthcoming match for Terry Funk at the time, showing his brutality
oh.
on the TV show.
Poor Bruce here just copping a fucking beat down. Oh, stuffs him again,
Oh
dude.
man.
All right, that's got to be it, bro.
And that's it. He finished it off. Actually a masterful use of psychology there, because obviously Terry Funk didn't need the cage, in any way, shape, or form to do what he just did.
He's just screaming pig over and over
Yeah.
again. Is that necessary?
Yeah.
Get out of there, Bill. Man,
Yet it was,
beat the fucking shit out of him.
Is the final conflict. That's what you've seen. Do you realize what the final conflict is? That's when it all goes. That's when there's no children left. That's when somebody pushes the red button. Well, the red button's been pushed more than once between Dusty Rhodes and myself. It was pushed several years ago. Whenever he damaged my eye, he pushed the red button then, but I let it go. Later on, he pushed the red button again. Whenever he took the world's championship from me, cost it to me, but I let it go. Later on, he double-crossed me right in the Bayfront Center in St. Petersburg, and I let it go. But now I'm not, because you people are going to see the final conflict, the conflict that ends it all, because I am not ever going to face that pig-faced, egg-sucking dog again. I am gonna beat him, and I am prepared to take care of him, beat him like a dog, and I promise you that I can take more punishment than any man in the world, and I'm gonna take care of Dusty Rhodes if it's the last thing that I do.
Over the Edge is about the only way that you can talk about a man like Terry Funk. Number one, Dusty Rhodes, and he's talking about an incident that occurred in the Bayfront Center. Dusty Rhodes did not let him down. Yes, Dusty Rhodes did cost him part of his sight years ago. And these are two men who only know one thing, but they know it from such entirely opposite approaches. Dusty Rhodes wants to win, but not at the sacrifice of somebody else. Bruce Walkup, how he got involved in this situation, how he got himself involved in a challenge. I know anytime Bruce Walkup, who has been an anxious competitor, he's been a man who's wanted to come down here anytime he can get an opportunity. He has that dream, that the same kind of dream I guess each and every one of us carry in our hearts, that we'd like to get right there to the top one day. And for Terry Funk, do what he did to him, and hopefully I'll have some kind of information, and I'll bring that information to you as to his condition, but it was obviously he was hurt. And I'll tell you what, wherever Dusty meets him, wherever, be it today here on Championship Wrestling 82, at the Convention Center in Miami, at the Sun Dome in the University of South Florida, in Robarts Arena, or the Jacksonville Coliseum, it doesn't make any difference. When Dusty meets him, he knows the bunkhouse, he knows the steel cage, he knows pain.
Great way to advertise your house.
Well done there, Gordon. We'll end it there, Jooseyboy. Gordon taking the situation very seriously. I really like that.
Yeah,
so that was an interesting squash, bro. Very different from the previous 7 that we've looked at.
Yeah, I think that was a brilliant example of the use of a squash as an advertisement for an upcoming match, as an advertisement for a character, as an opportunity to create a forum for a great promo. You know, and then I think Gordon Soley's work at the end there exemplifies why he's considered sort of like the greatest of all time wrestling announcer. You can see that serious presentation, that analytical approach, but also coming from a very familiar and like, you know, this person is a fan, comes across when Gordon speaks. And, you know, in turn, that experience that he has, coupled with his knowledge as a fan, coupled with how seriously he's taking what we've just seen, all goes towards making it every single fan who would have been watching at the time want to see the outcome to Terry Funk versus Dusty Rhodes, the feud. I think the squash match itself was very effective at making Terry Funk look like an extremely disturbed man. Because we know that he's got a reputation for being like behind the scenes a really like nice, sweet man. You know, outside of the ring, you know, you get anything but that impression from watching what we just watched. It looks like he's kind of really unhinged. So, you know, I think it's, again, no wonder he's such a legend, because you can look at him anytime throughout his career, and the work that he does it just seems to always fit no matter the era, and it always just seems to work. And there's another example of that. Would I rank it to be the top squash that we've seen so far? Probably not. But I definitely think that it was an interesting one, for sure.
Yeah, I think but particularly I liked how quickly like it went from the guy getting into the cage looking quite, you know, confident that he might be able to handle himself, and how quickly Terry made such short work of him. And the next thing you knew, the guy was just hissing with blood. Props to the guy for his selling, because it looked like he was like within one fell swoop, within the space of 90 seconds, he went from a guy who was in relatively not, you know, good shape, you know, clear-headed, to an absolute mess of a human being. So I think it was really cool. But yeah, wouldn't put it up there as the greatest out of the ones that we have seen, but still an interesting way of looking at a squash match on this series here, Jooseyboy.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that it was a lot of fun, and you know, we want to know what you think as well. Let us know if there are any more suggestions for this or any other matches we should react to. What did you think of this one? You know, let us know. Comments, questions, queries, suggestions. We just we want it. We want it. Yeah, me. Give it to me.
We want it. We want it. In the comments, on Discord, wherever you can find us and get in touch with us. If you want to go to our Habbo hotel room that we sometimes we never really go.
We won't be there. You can, like, that is one of the ways that you can reach out. And I'm sure some sort of notification will be pinged to one of our devices.
I doubt it. But there we have it, Jooseyboy.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome, and thank all of you out there for tuning in as always.
Yeah. see
WZWA
you.
Reaction, our spin-off.
Yep. WZWA, that's right. We'll see you down the road. Thank you.
WZWA Network, that's the way we play. Good God Almighty. WZWA Network, that's the way we play. Get puppies. WZWA Network, that's the way we play. Get.
The following announcement has been paid for by the WZWA Network.